friends, on today's video we are making homemade butter. So I have some heavy whipping cream here. I don't have access to raw milk right now, so this is what I'm going to be using. You're just going to pour this into your stand mixer or your food processor, kind of whatever you have available in your kitchen. You could even whip this by hand with a whisk or a fork. When we were kids, they would put it in my parents would put it in a mason jar and put like a marble or some kind of, little weight or something inside of it, and you just shake it. Sorry about that, was my dishwasher. You just shake it until it turns into butter. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this on, lock it, turn it on, and then it's gonna run for probably about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'll get back with you guys. Probably should have mentioned that this gets a little messy, so I always just take a dish towel and put it over the top of my mixer because it really gets messy. This is the part where it's going to start separating. Okay, this is the part where you go from whipped cream. So if you wanted to have whipped cream, this is whipped cream. You just add a little powdered sugar to it to sweeten it, vanilla, whatever flavor you want. You could even put chocolate in it. So now I'm going to turn this back on high, and it's going to start separating the fats. So you're going to go from whipped cream to butter. Okay, the next part is super boring, so I'm just going to speed it up. We're just watching the cream separate from the fat. Okay, as you can see, the cream, the fat, has started separating from the milk. So that's going to be the buttermilk down there, and then this is your butter. So I'm going to let this go for just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to take it out and show you how to get all that buttermilk out, and you can use that for biscuits and things like that. Okay, so as you can see, this is pretty well done. So we're gonna take this out and make it into butter. So you want to have really clean hands when you do this, because you don't want your butter to taste like anything that's on your hands, like lotion or whatever. Make sure that you wash your hands, get all the soap off. Another thing that's really cool about this is after you get this out and you start, this is super solid. So another cool thing you can do is if you wanted to season your butter, like steak butter, for steakhouse recipes, and you could even do honey and cinnamon. Like, that would be delicious. You can add a little salt if you prefer salted butter. I think there's even like a mock Texas Roadhouse recipe for their rolls and their butter online. I'm sure YouTubers have done that in the past. So I'm going to take this off here because I'm going to drop that in the sink. Okay, and then so we want to separate this butter from the milk, but we don't want to waste this liquid here, because you can use that for recipes, or I've seen other homesteaders feed it to their pigs or chickens or whatever, but I just prefer to use that up in our kitchen. I don't like to waste a whole lot. So we're gonna get this butter, and we're really gonna squeeze it, because you're gonna try to get all of the milk out that you can, because you don't want it to spoil, or to mold, or get freezer burned, or anything. You want to get all the moisture out. Now you can store this in your fridge for a couple weeks, or however long your heavy whipping cream is good for. Or you can store it in your freezer if you package it properly. You want to put it in maybe freezer paper and a freezer bag. Okay. So I think I've got all of the milk out of this. All right, so now that I've got this all squeezed out, I'm going to put this in a separate bowl from the milk. I'm having my husband help me with the, I don't have a tripod yet, so my husband is acting as my tripod. So I'm just getting the rest of these little bits out here. So I don't like to waste. Let's get that out. I think you could probably pour this like through a sieve. I think I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna pour it through a sieve. It is missing. I'm pretty sure my children went and played in the sand with it or something. So I'm just gonna pour this in the strainer, in the colander, however you wanna call it, and get the last little bit out. See, there's not even that much left. I probably could have left that in there because I'm gonna use that for recipes, probably for biscuits or, you know, pancakes or something like that. So that little bit of butter probably would have been delicious in there. So now we've got our buttermilk here, and then we've got our butter here. So this was 32 ounces, like 1 quart of heavy whipping cream. If you can get raw milk, that you can make even more with raw milk, but I didn't have access to that today. So this is from store-bought heavy whipping cream, and I made about, what, a pound maybe? About a pound of butter with it. And I'm gonna I'm actually just gonna keep this in my fridge because I plan on making some sausage gravy and some biscuits, and we're gonna have some steak and baked potatoes, so this will be our butter for that. Thanks for watching today. We appreciate you. Subscribe to our channel, give us a like, leave us a comment, show us some love.